I won't lie, if a camera brand approached me to review one of their cameras in Japan, I would say arigato faster than you can click off this video. I really thought I wanted to review cameras here on YouTube, but being given free cameras and trips to Japan can really make your life complicated. Plus, I'm not sure if I have the winning personality these camera companies are looking for.
Panasonic has somehow irritated my blood. I can feel the itching throughout each vein, and there's no cure.
Hi, this is April. Don't get me wrong, if a camera brand wanted to fly me to Japan, I would be more than thrilled. The most exotic place I've ever traveled is Windsor in Canada. And while the people are quite charming, the culture is pretty similar to that in the US. Just look at how much fun these creators are having in Japan.
Welcome back, Petapixel viewers. It is Chris Nichols here coming to you from beautiful Kyoto. We're here for a special event. We're here to play with the brand new Panasonic S9. I have it in my hand. Look, I went with the blue one.
In Japan, Panasonic flew us out here to check out the new Lumix S9. It's an extremely compact camera with a very big full-frame sensor inside.
Guess where I'm at, y'all? Kyoto, freaking Japan, and I got a new camera right here. This is the Lumix S9.
Now, I know that a free trip from a camera brand might seem like all sunshine and roses, but it comes with a heavy burden. You might get accused of making a biased review. You also might get called a shill. Listen to Terry Warfield's definition of what a shill is.
I want to read the definition of shill again. A shill is an accomplice of a hawker, gambler, swindler, who acts as an enthusiast to entice or encourage others. So every time y'all call a content creator a shill, you're calling us an accomplice to a hawker, gambler, or swindler. I'm not any of those things.
A lot of the controversy surrounding these press trips and whether they influence bias in these camera reviews really came to a head when Panasonic launched the S9. So many creators were sent to Japan to try it out, and I'm sure, just like you, my YouTube feed was flooded with videos of the S9 all on the same day. Now, Gerald from Gerald Undone was not invited to Japan to try out the camera, and he gave an excellent response about how this looked to the viewers. And I like how he explains what an embargo is and why we're flooded with all of these videos on the same exact day.
I think a criticism that I've seen in the comments that is fair is that when audiences have a hard time believing that you're getting flown to a place that you care enough about to go on that trip to actually go on it, that you're being given the camera as a long-term loaner, that you have somewhat of an established relationship with the brand, that you're also somehow going to be completely able to just, if you hated the camera, to make a video, I hate this camera and here's why. Now, some creators do, and I've seen those videos, and kudos. And the other creators I know personally, I know that they are trying to find a balanced, objective video in there. All I'm saying is that the skepticism from the audience, I think, is warranted, because me as a viewer who's in this space, when I watched your videos, I was skeptical. So what does that mean? And I already know how I know the honesty that you're providing, and I was still skeptical watching it. Now, I know these creators well enough to defend them and say, guys, trust me, the trip isn't that important to them. They're going there and they're trying their best to make a balanced video so they can stick probably their own sponsor in there and actually get paid, because like I said, the trip isn't worth any money. I think there's a misconception with a lot of people, because of the comments that I've read, that suggest that when they see, 30 people, whatever, all posting a video at the same time, what's Lumix up to, what's Sony up to, etc. That's just an embargo. And in case you don't know what an embargo is, the brand, they make you sign an NDA, then they give you all the information about the camera, and they say nobody's allowed to talk about this until this date and time. Now, there's no other collusion going on there other than every creator has to respect that embargo, and many of them have their videos ready to go, and then when the embargo is lifted, they just hit publish. And so that's why you get flooded with them. It's nothing coordinated other than you're not allowed to post before that time.
I have to admit, if I was lucky enough to get the attention of a camera brand and I was given one of their cameras and a lovely trip, I would find it quite hard to say unflattering things about their camera. First of all, it's really difficult to get the attention of a camera brand. Listen to Mark Bennett's experience with Panasonic.
What happened is, so I go to Profusion, I go up to the desk, and like I talked to everybody there, and I gotta say, everybody was super nice. Canon was really nice, Sony was really nice, Nikon, Blackmagic, everybody was really great. And I go up to Panasonic, and I just tell them the truth. I say, hi, I review cameras on YouTube, and I absolutely love Panasonic cameras. I use them all the time. Is there any chance you guys can lend me some cameras so that I can review them like I do with the other companies? And Larry's like, no. And I was like, just like, I was like, so no. And she was like, no. I said, I see in Australia and Germany, Europe and stuff, like they seem to do that for the content creators, but so you don't do that in Canada at all? And she goes, well, we do it once in a while for certain people. And then she just stopped talking. Now, I mean, it's not like she looked me up, and saw my numbers, because I get it. I don't have a huge following, but it's not like she knew that. She didn't Google me at the time. She just looked at me and was like, no, we're not sending you one. And it stung. It really stung. Like, it felt like, you met your favorite baseball player and he was just like, get out of here, punk. I don't like to look at you. Go. And I'm like, I'll still watch your games. I will.
Now, once you've gotten into a camera brand's good graces, you can fall from grace quickly. Take it from Casey from Camera Conspiracies and his dealings with Sony on the launch of the ZVE1.
Not bad, Sony. Thanks for not including me in the launch. I could have had so much fun. I was depressed. It's winter here in Canada. I'm sad. That would have cheered me up. Thanks for letting me in the meeting.
But at least they involved him in the virtual meeting.
I did take over the meeting, by the way. I'm sorry. I do apologize for that. It was in a new Microsoft thing. He skipped over a slide. The first slide listed all these specs. I was like, oh, look at that. And then he skipped over it. And I was like, what's that? And then there was this button there that said, like, take over the meeting. And I didn't think it would show for everyone. So I clicked it and started scrolling back to the slide. And then the guy talking, he was like, what's going on? Casey's taking over the meeting. I was like, oh shit, let's stop that. That's on me, fellas. I am sorry for that. I just wanted to see the first slide. That's on me.
But then with the launch of the Sony A6700, Casey wasn't even invited to the meeting.
So Sony finally releases the A6700 without my consent. I was not invited to any meeting. I told off the guy in the meeting. I was like, you're not going to send me the camera. I don't want to be in your meeting. And so I'm not in the meetings now. That's all I got from that. Nothing. I got kicked out of the club. So this was news to me, as was you, regular folk. I used to be with the top. I'm crumbling.
I won't lie. If a camera brand approached me to review one of their cameras in Japan, I would say arigato faster than you can click off this video. Now, I would definitely try my best to give an unbiased review, and if someone tried to call me a shill, I would hope I could respond to them like Vu from NVU Films.
Lumix S1 Mark II has severe overheating issues, and I've never mentioned it, so I'm a piece of trash tube doucher that is just trying to sell you the S1 Mark II. And I'll tell you that right now, that this is complete bullshit, because one of the most important things to me in life and on this, social media D-bag trash crap is my reputation of just, being straightforward, no bullshit kind of person. I might not be the nicest looking person. I might not be the most social. I might not have the best social skills, in person. But if you're going to ask me about something, I'm going to try to give you the most 100% authentic answer possible. And, as close to 100% of what I'm thinking as possible.
I also love Terry Warfield's response to being called a shill.
Also, just because I got paid to make a video does not make me dishonest. Also, just because I got paid to make a video and I didn't give you the information you were looking for doesn't make me dishonest. Also, if I got paid to make a video and I said something that might have been an opinion that you didn't agree with, doesn't make me dishonest.
If you like this video, give it a like. Consider subscribing for more camera-related content from a newbie like me. God bless.